we're going to show you how to properly press a Hoyt bow. This model is the Hoyt carbon element using the X-Press Archer. And what's really nice about the Archer is there are reference numbers now labeled along the bottom horizontal bar as well as the arms and the cross straps. So once you set one side, you can easily reference those numbers to match the opposite side. And the same is true for if you're in an archery shop or you're an archery dealer. It might be really wise once you press a certain model bow the correct way to go ahead and write those numbers down and create a template to where you could quickly reference your Hoyt, Matthews, Bear, Bowtech, PSE bow with the numbers that you have, and you can quickly adjust this Archer model to properly press any model that you have in the shop. But the first thing that we're going to do is you're always going to want to make sure that you correctly move your safety lock pads to the correct position, and with different bows there will be a slightly different location for this. Now for this Hoyt element, you're going to want to go ahead and move these so that they're pressing the bow right where the limb and the rockers meet one another. So we're going to go ahead and loosen this, and we're going to loosen the back so that we can slide this to that position. You're going to notice this falls down into the position that it needs to be, which is securely down, and you must tighten this firmly. You don't want to allow this to come up. So you need to make sure that you always securely tighten down any of these torque handles. Once you have that in the correct spot, go ahead and tighten the rear handle the same. From there, you're going to want to go ahead and move your wheels up to contact the limb, and on this Hoyt element, you're going to want these wheels to be just below the axle. Okay, you don't want to be too far down on the limb, so you're going to want to be just below the axle, and again, not too far high so that it ends up coming up. So we're going to pull our pin. We're going to go ahead and move our strap up to the correct position. We're going to put our pin back in the jack. Double check that these are in the correct position. And again, one of the great features about the new X-Press models are that these wheels can quickly spin to compensate for any type of cam system or axle system that you have. Another thing to point out on this particular bow here, we actually have a limb driver system which has the clamp on the lower limb for the arrow rest. And with these new adjustable wheels, they actually clear that clamp, whereas on a traditional type press, you would immediately had interference there. So this is a great new feature on both of the X-Press models, and once you make sure that that's in the correct spot, it's really just a matter of a few simple turns, and we've already depressed the Hoyt carbon element.